Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and today I'm in Wednesbury Town. And the reason I'm here today is because Wednesbury, not so long back, have issued some proposals as to what Wednesbury Town Centre should look like in a few years' time. So what I want to do is just show you some of the places where they are proposing major changes, such as down the bottom of Union Street, and also plans are afoot as to what to do with the old Gaumont Odeon cinema. So we're going to have a look at that and see what, and I'll explain to you what it is they are proposing to do. Now, there's no particular date as to when these things are going to happen, but who knows, they may not happen at all. But these are proposals that are in the Wednesbury Masterplan, and so I'll go through one or two of the things that they're proposing. Well, welcome to the new town square here in Wednesbury Town. Well, that's what they would like it to be called. Just ahead of me is Wednesbury bus station. Now, what I'm attempting to do is just to highlight some of the areas where there is talk of improvements. For now, this is the sort of things that they're proposing, and where I am at the moment is just at the bottom of Union Street, where a lot of action will be taking place according to some of these proposals. And we look ahead where this car park is, that's proposed to be filled in with apartments eventually. We've got the leisure centre over there, and what is in front, Dudley Street, I think, is what we've got in front of us. And eventually what they want to do is to make all this into single lanes rather than two lanes up and down, because they want to create walkways, more cycleways, and they really want to reduce car usage through the town of Wednesbury. And one of the big things that they're looking at here is this particular area, where it's been suggested or proposed that this area should be called Union Yard. Well, it's a kind of area which would be it'd be shipping containers really, and the shipping container looking, I wouldn't exactly say they would be shipping containers, but they would be used to create like a box park style venue, to provide space for independent businesses such as drink stalls, live music, and someone even suggested an outdoor cinema. I don't think it'd be big enough for an outdoor cinema. And all kinds of pop-up events to be taking place around this square. So it's really there going to be created here just to encourage a nighttime economy, because, as you know, many of our towns in the Black Country don't have a nighttime economy. But this is what they're proposing. So, but we've got no dates as when that would be, but in the meantime they're getting on with creating the space. Getting on with it, it's been in quite some time. They've been doing something here. Previous to this, it was the market, outdoor market, which wasn't really successful. Now, the last time I came here, I was looking at they was doing all this paving, weren't they, for the 20th time in 10 years. It looks rather smart, and so it should be. It's just been newly laid, it's just been completed, and it's took about 10 years, 5 years. Well, it's took a while anyway, and it's quite a pleasant. It's pleasant enough. We got a couple of seats they've put here. There's planters, and what they do with these planters is usually the plants are rather nice when they plant them, but after a while they get rather neglected. Let's see how long these can be kept. Okay, so we'll carry on up here, and you can see a lot of the shops now look a little bit run down. Anyway, we've got one or two barbers, and we've got O'Connell's. Now, O'Connell's has been here ages, and if you look where that street furnish is there, that yellow street furnish is there, they're proposing as well to create something called O'Connell's pathway. it's all about connecting paths and cycleways, walkways, and yeah, it's they've planted a few trees as well. Look. Now I'm still seeing a lot of street furniture up ahead, so maybe I haven't quite finished it all yet. But yeah, so that's the first proposal. It's just down the bottom there of Union Street. Well, Union Yard is what they want to call it. I think it was Poundland there. That used to be the old co-op. Oh, it hasn't been quite finished yet, has it? Look, it's still working on it. And you can forget about the markets now, they're dead here in Wednesbury. There used to be telephone boxes here in the centre, but they've all gone. Here we've got the William Archer. It used to be called the George. The original pub, the George. It was built in 1818, but it was demolished in 1959. And this new pub that was built lies back from the corner where it originally was. William Archer, was he a mayor or a councillor? Okay, look, yeah, it's still ain't quite finished, is it? Hairdressers here. Now there's a passageway that takes you down to a car park. And yeah, it's still here, look, and you got, I don't know what we got on the line there. What's on the line there? There's a line of washing here. They don't look very clean, do they? Eh? Anyway, stop being nosy. Something just here used to be called Haynes Glass, look. Double glazing just here on the corner. And I'm going to just going to go down here. But before I go down here, I want to show you this place here. Oh, because this is the car park. It used to be beyond many of the shops on Union Street. Look at this area, this fly tipping area here. And I think that used to be the old lavatories, toilets used to be. And there used to be a toilet block, didn't they, in the shambles? But it's all gone now. It's been demolished. Here is the back of the old pub called the George and the Green Dragon. That's right, the Green Dragon. It'd been here since 1818. And I think it closed in around 1963. Look at this lot here, eh? Old beds, cushions, old chairs. Bit of rubbish over there as well, look. They're right state here. And what's going on here? What's this place? It's just a large warehouse looking structure, all newly built. Well, when I say newly built, it's been here a while now. You've got pigeons going in and out, there's no glazing on them, on those where windows ought to be. What on earth? It looks like they've had a bit of a fire in there as well, look. I'll have a look around the front in a bit. I'll carry on down here. But who allowed that to be built? It's not even being used for anything. Anyway, I just want to go down this car park here and show you one or two things down here. You go down this, if you go along this car park, you'll notice just here, that used to be the entrance to the co-op supermarket that was on there, which is now Poundland. And here, ahead of me on the right, is the old telephone exchange. I asked before about what on earth they're doing these places now. Could you see the size of this one? This used to be a car park that was packed. Not so many people on here now, because ahead of me is Morrison's and most people park over there near to the supermarket. But look at the size of this place. Hey, look at this. It's huge, this place, massive. telephone exchange. Very briefly, just show you the front of this telephone exchange, and you'll have to zoom in. I've got no zoom on this thing, but just above that rusted canopy there, you can see a small insignia there. It's with a ER cipher on, Edward Reigns, 1936. Well, of course, he was never crowned king, was he, Edward VIII? He abdicated. This is Russell Street where I am now, but just to show you over here where all these car parks are for Morrison's. This really is going to be the main car parking area for Wednesbury. That's what's proposed. This one and the one up at top of Springhead. Just a quick shout out for somebody I've just met who's a supporter of the channel. Thanks, Pat, for supporting the channel. Nice to meet you on a sunny Saturday morning here in Wednesbury Town. We've got farm foods, which is quite popular. So there's the Green Dragon. In between the Green Dragon and this building here, that used to be the toilets, the shambles. But look at this, who passed this? This is a disgrace, absolute disgrace, this place. Boarded up, holes in the walls. I don't know what it was supposed to be. Was it supposed to have been apartments? A flat roof box. And I don't know what on earth or why on earth it was passed. I mean, look at this lamppost right in front of it. Look at this. More or less right in front of what would be a kind of window. It's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. How on earth was it allowed to be passed? Okay, I'm just leaving Upper Russell Street, and this is Russell Street. Just to the right there's the entrance to Morrison's. Here's quite a large furniture store. Now, I think one of them used to be called Hills. Now we're going to take a left here. This is what you'd call Lower High Street. Yeah, this was the other furniture store, just here, look, in this corner. You look at some of these buildings here just over the road, and they're sort of in very good order, aren't they? All clean, newly painted. And if I just cross over, just show you the Turk's Head. Here's the Turk's Head Hotel. Look, we've got some original writing just above the window, underneath the gable. The Turk's Head again is one of these pubs that was built in 1818. It did change its name actually to the Tavern at one stage. Now it's back to the Turk's Head again. It used to be a magistrate's court as well. It's a place full of history. And we've got Man Fashions. Has been there 40 years, according to the person who owns the building. And just through that gap there is Addison Terrace. And just show you the comparison with what those buildings are just showing you, how clean and tidy they are, and compared with up here. Look, all these plaster is peeling off. And you got foliage growing out of the top of that window. Billy and hair. That looks as though that's been painted up. Look. And this place is called Vanessa Charlotte. It's photography. But if you look just underneath this new sign, which I was told cost £10,000 to put up, you may have to zoom in, but you can still see the original signage there. Toys and Prams, Holloway's Toys, I think it was called. But just under there, that £10,000 sign, you can still see the original signage for Holloway's Toys. And there's some old signage there for Lower High Street. And that crispy pizza, look, it doesn't look very appealing, does it? Hey? Now here's the other thing that's been proposed, and according to the master plan is here. where there's no cars will be allowed to travel up through the marketplace. They'll have to turn right here and go down Reading Lane. Similarly, any cars coming down Springhead will have to turn left. They are proposing also that the buses can still go up here, but they can turn left where you can see the telephone box there to make its way down to the station. But again, we don't know when that will be. Now look, it's a Saturday, it's market day, isn't it? Sadly, there is no market. So you see all these cars here turning right here, they're going to stop all that. They're going to try and make it as pedestrian friendly as they can in the centre of marketplace. And you can see there is one store selling fruit and veg. But there's always a fruit and veg in there. There's the front of the Green Dragon, which looks to me as though, well, I mean, they're calling it a kind of a conservation area now. So that's been, there's money being spent on that, and they've done that up a little bit. Green Dragon. There used to be a pub just down there as well called the Georgian Dragon. But the Georgian Dragon disappeared in, what was it, 1965. There's a place here called Sunflower Restaurant. Well, it's a bistro and bar actually. Let's go and have a look at this Ukrainian sunflower, shall we? A new bistro in town. Used to be the HSBC Bank. We've got a price list up here. Live music and karaoke in the Ukrainian Sunflower. So they do cabbage rolls with minced meat and rice for £13.50. There's a varenki with cherries at £10.60, that's a dessert. And breakfast, you're doing an English breakfast here with scrambled eggs for £12. Grades 2 listed, structure, the clock. Over there used to be the job centre. The Golden Cross. It was once called the Pig and Trumpet. Appalling name. Just up there is Upper High Street, Union Street down there. And one of the things they're proposing also is cycle hubs, where you'll be able to cycle your bike and there'll be charging points for your EV bikes down the bottom of Union Street. They'll just show you something else that they're proposing. It's at the top of Walsall Street here, and it's all about this, well, it used to be a wonderful building, the Gormand, the Odeon. The cinema has been closed as a cinema for some time now, but it was bingo for a time. But look how they've let it go. Look at the state of this place, it's just ruined at the moment. So obviously something needs to be done about this place. And if you look, see the covering there unfurling it, you can just see Walker's under there, as well, who ran the bingo hall, Walker's Bingo, amongst many other names as well. And if you look carefully, you have to see it in a good light, you can just make out the imprint of the word Gourmand in the brickwork. But according to the master plan, the Gourmand, which he closed, I should say, around about 2010, has been left in ruins, but it could be transformed and reopened as a new cinema and a theatre. And it could also be used as an entertainment complex with bowling alleys or even arts events and exhibitions. But my advice would not be to go down the arts route and exhibition route, because remember the public building in West Bromwich, what a disaster that was. All those millions wasted on a building that only opened for a few years. nobody was really interested in that. But certainly they would be interested in cinemas and theatres and bowling alleys, that's for sure. So that's what they've got planned for this place. We'll try and keep as much as the original frontage as they can, and of course there'll be some work at the rear to make it bigger and better. That's Churchill. I did a video of Churchill not so long back. Check that one out if you can. Anyway, I'm going to take you up here, up a high street, just show you something else that's coming to Wednesbury very soon. We just passed Turkish barbers there on my right. And Nails and Beauty again, another shop just here on my right. Teddy Gray's is still open, look. Now here, look, you see all this space here? There was a pub there called The Grapes, as I've mentioned before in videos. The Grapes pub was built in 1864 on that site ahead of me, but it was demolished in 1967. 1967? Because it was in a bad state of repair. And so all that building, the pub, was demolished here, and I think there was another smaller building, maybe a shop, that was demolished also. But it's been almost 60 years that this site has been like this, you know. And finally, the council have decided they're going to turn it into an apartment block with 26 apartments and 4 shops underneath. Now my betting is we could get 4 Turkish barbers in a row along here. What do you think, eh? Do you reckon that could happen? But at last that site has been looked at as potentially for use as an apartment block. Amazing. I can't understand why it's been left so long as it has been. A piece of land. There used to be a cinema just here as well. And also, was also the old job centre, I believe. But hopefully when they do build the new apartments, just behind me, they're going to look a bit better than this place. Well, there you go then. So what do you think then, eh? It's very exciting about the Government Odeon cinema though, turning it back into a kind of entertainment centre. I mean, that would really be the icing on the cake for Wednesbury Town, I think. It does look as though they want to try and instill some kind of nighttime economy in Wednesbury, such as the Union Yard, as they're proposing to call it, down the bottom of Union Street. But again, these are all proposals. Will they ever happen? Who knows? But it was nice to see that most of the Union Street paving has finally been laid. But what's not so good is to seeing the state of Wednesbury Market. It's completely devoid of anybody now. It's just a waste of time now, after building all those market stalls. What is the point? Nobody's using them. Anyway, on that note, we'll leave it at that, and if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.